All right, so we're getting ready to spin some honey here. This is my brand new honey spinner. This will hold 3 frames, so you're gonna basically put your honey inside the little catches here. It's got a little holder down below. It does have a lid. I just have those kind of off to the side here. As you can see, I've kind of dexterized my kitchen. I've got things ready to go. We've got all of our sterilized and cleaned jars. We kind of did a water bath, compliments of Penny, who did all that. Just got kind of the basic tools here. Have to go through, and on a lot of the honey, we're just going to double check and make sure that everything's good. This is called a fractometer. This basically is a kind of like a microscope, if you will. You put a little daub of honey on that, smack it down, and then you look through the lens, and I don't think this would work. Nope. It was worth a try. Basically it'll show you that, you know, the percentage of your water. So I've got 1, 2, 3 containers full of honey that are getting ready to process. We are going to, they're stuck in there.
They are stuck.
So basically we're going to use some of these uncapping tools. So basically what this is this will take and it will scrape off the top part of the wax. You can also use a, here, can you grab that? Be careful. There's also this little thing. So we're going to basically be slicing down into the wax to cut that off with our uncapping tool. I've got some people were asking about honeycomb. I do have a little bit of honeycomb that I can put in some of the jars. Not everybody wants honeycomb in their honey. So without further ado, we're gonna basically get some things ready to go here. So basically everybody will be seeing these as they come out, but this is going to be my private reserve, my first year batch. So I will have my labels made up on these.
It is delicious.
It's delicious. And then I kind of thought these were going to be bigger, but you know what? I have the jars. I bought them. This is what we're going to use. These are only, I think these are only like 10 ounces. I kind of thought these were maybe bigger, like 12 or 16 ounce, but they're kind of tiny. But you know what? It's first batch honey, so that's what you guys are going to get, because that's what I bought. So anyway, hang tight. We're going to start spinning some honey. Okay, so I got 3 frames in there. The uncapping is very messy. I can definitely see the benefits of using a hot knife. I don't have one of those, so we're gonna give this a shot. I hope these are in there pretty good. We're just gonna go for it. So here we go. You can see it kind of gathering on the sides there. Who knows how long you have to do this for. It doesn't really give you instructions until there's no more honey in the frames, I would presume. So that's kind of what we're going for. Alright, so we're just kind of letting it slow down on its own here. This is a very sticky, messy process, in case nobody ever told you. So the thought is, you know, we're going to uncap everything that we've got. We've got an uncapping tool. That's this little darling right here. That's what we're using. Works pretty well. Taking some of the cappings and we're just throwing them in there. So that's what I get to make all of my wax out of later. And I still get to probably separate some of that honey out. This is probably mostly all capped. That's all the process stuff that we've already spun out. So
still lots more in there.
Still lots more to go. Yep. Yep. So we're gonna keep spinning on this.
Making honey. It is going, it's going through.
Is it?
And we're gonna open her up when we're done with this.
Okay guys, well here we are the next day. Still working in my Dexter laboratory here and cleaning stuff up. Got through all of basically the frames from 2 of my containers that I had, so kind of what we have left over. So this is a little bit, put this on a tilt last night just so it could kind of drain into the bucket. I already cleaned out all the wax from here. Boy, that's a process. There's a lot of waste. So I've got my uncapping wax, pretty full in there actually. I know that there is honey that is still kind of trapped in that wax. There is a process to take that out. It is much messier. We're going to do that at a later date. But I have got my uncapping wax saved so I can process that into wax, containers later. But anyway, so this was draining all last night. I just cleaned this out this morning. It's got about, oh gosh, I don't know, about a third of the way full on this bucket. I still have an entire container full of honey that needs to be spun out of these. This is everything that was left over. I probably have some waste on this, unfortunately, just because, you know, this is a new process trying to figure everything out. So some of these may not be completely as spun out as I want, so I can always save these for later and try to respin that honey back out of them if I want. But again, this is a process, so we're learning as we go. I still have a bunch of my my honeycomb. This is an extra little strainer that we use when we're pouring over a bucket, just to make sure that we get all of the very fine particulate out of the out of the honey. Got my honeycomb here. Some people were asking for honeycomb with their honey, so I do have some of that. That will go out to the people that want combed honey. Last night, got majority of everything done off of my little, just keeping everything covered so it stays clean. If I can get it off. There we go. So yeah. So I need to pour off some of that back into my processing bucket so I can keep filling jars. Kind of testing as I go just to make sure that the humidity level on the honey is correct. This is just some of the extra honey that we had left over from last night that we processed. Some of these jars are still a little bit sticky. So I've got some smaller jars. I believe these are 8-ounce jars. These are, I think, a 12-ounce jar, if I'm not mistaken. 1 pound of honey. And then I have some smaller round jars that I already have packaged up in the boxes for processing and storing. So as I sell those, we'll have those for sale. So anyway, I've got more work to do. I do have to get all this cleaned up for today. So going to finish scraping out, cleaning out that. I'll probably save the other cooler of processed or honey to be processed. I'll probably save that for later, but I'm gonna kind of finish off some of this. I'm gonna pour off some honey, and then I've got a bunch of other boxes that I need to fill up with all my glassware. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do today. So the rest of this video might just be me pouring honey. So hang tight. Okay, so here we are at a second round of filtering. Took all of the honey that just came off of this. We're running it through my little spigot here. I put on my fine mesh little filter here encased in my big strainer over another 5-gallon bucket. So you can kind of see, you know, there's a lot of air that's been whipped up in there, but there's also still a lot of, you know, wax particulate that's in there, and I don't think anybody's really going to enjoy eating that. So this is why I'm going to the extreme that I am of making sure that this is nice and clean honey for you guys. So hope you enjoy.